Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos and welcome in today's episode. A lot has been happening in the Kaspa ecosystem. A lot of building is happening, a lot of innovation is happening, and in this video, I am going to be sharing some really cool updates. We also have updates from the macroeconomic landscape. So stick around until the end of this video because we have some really important stuff to talk about. Now, before we go ahead, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It really helps spread these videos to as many people as possible. So let's start with what is happening with Zilla Swap. So we have this post from Hexense which says that Hexense is happy to announce the completion of our security review for Zilla Swap, the first DEX in Kaspa ecosystem. Our audit focused on 5 key smart contracts covering core DEX logic, NFT-based fee mechanics, staking, and farming systems. So this is actually good news because the first DEX on Kaspa has passed the audit. And this is not just a normal audit because when you look at Hexense, they've audited a lot of projects. We have Lido, we have Agent, we have Polygon, ZK, EVM, we have Lynch, we have Manto, we have Tokamak. So there's a lot of projects that have been audited by Hexense. So this is a really big achievement for Zilla Swap, and it is also a big achievement for the Kaspa ecosystem because we are seeing more growth, we are seeing more good and quality projects being developed on top of Kaspa network. So this is really massive. The second thing is about the supply of Kaspa, which hasn't moved in over 3 months. So when you go into Kaspalytics and go to inactive supply, in the inactive supply section, when you go to the inactive for 3 months, that means that the supply that has not moved in over 3 months, that indicates that people are holding for the long term. They are not just like buying and selling. So when you look into the supply that has not moved in over 3 months, that is 72.11%. Most of the people who are holding Kaspa, 72% of the people that are holding Kaspa, they are not just buying and selling. They are holding for the long term. And this is really good news because you don't want people to be just buying and selling. People who are not confident with the project are going to be just buying and selling their coins. But this is a good sign because 72.1% are holding Kaspa, and this amount of supply has not moved for over 3 months. So this is not normal because in other projects whereby you find that most of the holders just want to make profit. So they buy the tokens and they expect to sell as soon as they make their profit. But when it comes to Kaspa, people are not worried about the price. Of course, we want really good prices. Good prices and higher prices for Kaspa benefit everyone in the Kaspa ecosystem. But you can see that most of the people are not panic selling. It is a good sign when it comes to the Kaspa ecosystem. Now, when you look at what is happening in the macroeconomic landscape, we have this announcement which says Treasury Secretary Bessett says crypto stablecoins could lock in US dollar dominance. I think this is something that Donald Trump and his administration have already observed, and they can't wait to pass that Genius Act, which is going to really provide regulatory clarity when it comes to stablecoins. And once stablecoins have regulatory clarity, I think it's going to be up for this crypto industry. So let me know what you think about the stablecoin bill and how it is really going to improve the crypto industry overall. So we also have another announcement. This is not an announcement. This was expected because we have the US inflation, which rose to 2.4%. So when you go into investing.com, you can see that this was released June 11th, 2025, and the forecast was 2.5. People expected that the inflation would come, let's say 2.5. The previous one was 2.3 for the last month. So this month, the actual inflation is 2.4, which is slightly less than the forecast, but because people expected that it would come, let's say 2.5, but it is a bit higher than the previous one. So it seems like it is rising, but just a little bit. So Trueflation is saying that with inflation rising, how far do you think the Fed's rate cuts are? So we expect something is going to happen within just, it's currently 7 days. On 18th, we expect that maybe the Fed would change their monetary stance. They would maybe shift and at least provide a signal that they are going to start cutting rates soon, because this is something that has been requested by Donald Trump for a very long period of time. So we have an announcement from the White House which says that our deal with China is done. Relationship is excellent. This is Donald Trump when he was talking about the deal that has been made with China. And when you go into great details, the whole statement says that our deal with China is done, subject to final approval with President Xi and me. Full magnets and any necessary rare earths will be supplied upfront by China. Likewise, we will provide to China what was agreed to, including Chinese students using our colleges and universities, which has always been good with me. We are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. Relationship is excellent. Thank you for your attention to this matter. In the previous month, I think most of the people were worried about tariffs. Most of the people were worried because of the uncertainty that was going on, and that was created by Donald Trump tariffs. But now you can see that things are now starting to line up. You can see we expect the Fed to cut interest rates, and we are also seeing Donald Trump and his administration make trade deals with other countries, something that was not possible in the previous months. Now, this is a really good economic sign because we expect that things are now getting into shape. Things were all over the place when Donald Trump announced tariffs. Everyone was scared. Investors pulled out money from risky assets. But now you can see that they are signaling something really massive coming. So we have to be really paying attention to what is going to be coming out of the Donald Trump administration. We have this announcement which also says that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says so many new trade deals are coming. So this is a really good sign because of what was created by tariffs. Tariffs created a separation between the United States and other countries. But now, with people wanting to make trade deals, that is a very, very positive sign when it comes to what we are going to be expecting in the coming days. Donald Trump keeps on reminding Jerome Powell that interest rates are high and should be cut. We have this announcement saying again, President Trump calls for the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates by 1 full point. So Donald Trump is not letting Jerome Powell take a breath because every time he gets a chance, he has to remind Jerome Powell that interest rates are high and they should be reduced. Now, it's not only Donald Trump now. It seems like they have started to gang up in order to pressure Jerome Powell to cut interest rates because we have this announcement. Vice President J.D. Vance says Fed's refusal to cut rates is monetary malpractice. When a person says malpractice, that's a strong word because maybe they have evidence to prove that the monetary policy that is being used by the Fed is not absolutely right. And they believe that interest rates should be down since long time ago. So let me know what you think. Is Donald Trump, is J.D. Vance right? Or is Jerome Powell right to stick with his own ideas? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So we also have another announcement from Bank of America. Bank of America CEO says the bank is developing its own crypto stablecoin. Now, it's really funny sometimes when you read these kinds of announcements when banks are now starting to get involved in crypto. It sounds really funny a little bit because these are the same people that used to say, cryptocurrency is fraud, cryptocurrency is used for terrorists and everything. But it is good because they have finally accepted that this is the future and they have to adapt or perish. And they've chose to adapt, which is a good thing. So if the Genius Act really passes, I think it's going to be massive for the crypto industry. And I think they're going to do it really, really fast because if Donald Trump administration claims that they're going to be crypto friendly, I think they are going to start with stablecoins because stablecoins are the backbone of the crypto industry. But I think everything that I've said when it comes to the macroeconomic, when it comes to the Kaspa ecosystem, the development that is happening, everything points to one direction, and that direction is only up for Kaspa. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next episode.